Hello, welcome to the Joy Seeker podcast. I'm Shannon Kaiser, your host. It's been a little while. I am so excited to be back with you. We got a lot to go over, so let's dive in. So today we're going to talk about joy, and it's a very timely topic. In fact, I'm going to share the idea that you are allowed to feel joy right now. And it's absolutely essential. Here's why it's so important. We're shifting into summer. So many of us in the northern hemispheres are feeling summer, but the world looks unlike anything we've ever experienced before. You know, usually summer's full of smiles, sunbathing, carefree moments. It's so different now. My pool's closed. There's a lot of things that if you just look around, it feels different. Of course, the world is changing. And so most summers that have a lot of carefree moments of relaxation, catching up on your reading or just creating, maybe even traveling and beach trips, they're just not available to us right now. So this year, tapping into joy can be tougher than usual, and that's exactly why I wanted to talk and have this podcast today. A new poll found that Americans are the unhappiest they've been in 50 years. This is according to a COVID response tracking study that was recently done, just recently in May, at the University of Chicago. Only 14% of residents said that they were very happy. This is down from 31% from the same period in 2018. During such a painful time, which is what we're all kind of collectively going through right now, the idea of cultivating personal happiness might seem trivial, selfish even, but it might just be more important than we think. And here's why I want to talk to you about it. Because just for a moment, just for a second, just disengage with all that's going on out in the world and look around you right now. Not at the television, not at what's being projected to us and what we're hearing, not what your neighbors are saying or your family members, but just you sitting here right now. Look around in your own physical space, just for a moment. What do you see? In your home, take a breath in, feel that. That's life. Feel present in this moment. And as you look around, you can appreciate what is going well. And the little things that we do have, they really do matter. Because right now you are safe in this very moment. You know, you're able to hear this right now. And if we look out in the window, maybe you see trees and grass. You know what? Better yet, let's get outside. Go outside and let the sun touch your face. Get some vitamin D. Breathe in the fresh air. Nature can help us reconnect to our feel-good self. There's even evidence that positive moods can boost our immune system and protect us from respiratory viruses. So this is why I'm talking about joy today, because I think it is our responsibility to actively show up for ourselves, to focus on what we can control, and to focus on positivity even when things seem so gloom. It's really not something we need to feel guilty about. It's actually a smart strategy. Number one, nature can help us. It's healing. We know this. The earth itself has a miraculous maintenance flow. Oxygen and fresh air are healing, and they do wonders for our own immune system. So take time to really allow yourself to breathe in the air or get houseplants and, cleanse your internal space. I recently went on a houseplant experience. I literally bought about 12 houseplants and it was beautiful. And now my home feels so healing and it feels like a sanctuary. What can you do to make your internal space feel more like a sanctuary? We all have moments where we can tap into. We may not be able to control what's happening out there, but we can definitely control what's happening right here within our own space. So that's where joy comes in. Take a moment, look around you, and appreciate what is going well. Because in each moment that we choose appreciation, we're choosing joy. And joy isn't something we have to chase. It's actually just something we allow. So many of us, though, we feel like joy is not possible because there's so many suffering. People are dying. There's so much happening out in the world. And if we're focusing on that, along with the political upheaval and the misinformation around every corner, how in the world can we calm down? But you see how I just started to pick up my voice. It was like this huffy cycle. And that's what happens when we focus on the worry. I went into this worry the other day, and it was like this snowball effect of just getting bigger, bigger, bigger. And then it turned out to be a really bad day because I was allowing it to consume me. And at the end of the evening, I brought myself back. I realigned with my own true self. I did a guided meditation. I looked around at what was going well, and I practiced appreciation, and I returned myself to joy. And this is available to us all the time in any moment. The more we can catch ourselves from the worry, the fear, and then catch ourselves and bring ourselves back to where we are, the faster we can move through this together. Because it is about the collectively what we combine together to move us into a space of more solace, of more peace. We can calm down. You think about your own life. You may feel guilty for feeling joy, or maybe being okay with, the way the world is because you're having more time for yourself. And then we start feeling guilty for that. This guilt isn't serving anyone. It's actually keeping us in a state of frustration, fear, and denial. We're denying ourselves from everything that we truly are. So let's get to the bottom of this. If we start to focus our energy and attention on the joyful moments, the people playing in the park, the birds singing, the laughter, the flowers blooming, maybe the smiles in your home, the Zoom dates with friends or family nights in, we start to see that we are actually moving through this time into such deeper love. Coming together starts with each moment and allowing ourselves to access the joy that is available in each second. This also means self-compassion for yourself, knowing that it doesn't have to look any different than what it does right now, and compassion for others. Everyone is where they are based on what they feel is best. So judging others or trying to make them wrong and you right is not serving anyone either. Just trust that we are all doing the best we can with the information that is presented to us. And if we all align with our true self, if we all align with our truth, then we will move forward, because every single person has a truth that aligns with their values and beliefs. We don't have to change each other's beliefs in order for us to all collectively move forward. Kindness, compassion, and love will save the day. The fundamental question we're all facing really boils down to this. Is it okay to be happy right now, despite the situations unfolding and so many are suffering in the world? It may seem and sound counterintuitive, but experts say that seeing the good, despite the bad, is a sign that you've got a healthy and balanced approach to your own life and in this current very challenging time. Guess what? We know this, but humans are resilient. We are born creative, determined, and focused. So when we focus our energy into solutions, community, collaboration, and joy versus doom and gloom and worry, fear, and panic, we shift our entire outcome. And the more people who choose to focus on the good and appreciate what is going well and help one another with love and compassion and kindness, the more we can collectively help uplift each other. So if you're thinking about your own life and wondering how you can put more joy into the experience, here's some easy ways that I've gathered. You can empower your empathy. If you're like me, you have a big heart and empathetically can feel others. Right now, it is a hard time to be on planet Earth, especially as an empath. The collective emotions can be transmuted, but it takes a toll on our energy. You may be feeling really tired or exhausted. As an empath, we feel into others' suffering and pain, and there's a lot happening on the planet right now. And oftentimes, we take it on as our own. When we take it on without realizing it, it will bring us down, and it can hurt our capacity to actually help others. To really understand your social superpower as an empath, you can empower yourself to empathize with others, but have energetic boundaries. That's right, the boundaries are key. So this means you don't take on the pain and make it your own, because this ultimately doesn't help anything. What you truly want is to use your empathetic nature to help others. And we can all do this by feeling into others, but protecting our own energy first, making sure we're taking care of ourselves, making sure we're doing activities that really bring us closer to our true self and our higher power. We can focus on our own joy and appreciate everything that is going well in our own life. And just watch, as you do this, you start to realize how much you can help others by just staying in a place of gratitude, hope, and happiness. Another thing we can do is turn our doubt into determination. If we have to wait for all conditions to be perfect in order to be happy, we're going to be waiting a long time. Perhaps if you think about it, things aren't and have not really been perfect ever. It's interesting because just a couple weeks ago, I went back to look at old articles and videos, some that I released several years ago. And there always seemed to be some type of traumatic event happening in the world. Terrorists, natural disaster, now big pandemic. There's so much happening all the time. It seems to be a constant of Earth. It's just now it feels like it's even more intense and heavy because it actually is. The energy it's like a volcano. It's boiling and coming up to the top, and it's starting to erupt because we are entering into a new time, a new earth of love, harmony, and peace, and all that does not serve us is coming to the surface. And so we must trust the process. And if we feel doubt, if we look out and feel like things are getting worse, we turn this doubt into determination. We do this by dropping from our head into our heart. We can feel the truth, that there is an enormous amount of love and good here on the planet. And it does outweigh the pain. When we turn away from doubt and refuse to participate in the drama of the world, we can see how things are really moving forward. And we can also see that our fear is an illusion that is separating us from the source that is. We tap into a deeper place within ourselves, one of empowerment and determination. If you're feeling doubt, you're not alone, so many of us are, but you can use this doubt and turn it into activation for clarity, confidence, and yes, joy. Believe that we will make it through this stronger, smarter, and more connected and full of love than ever before. Because the more of us that focus on this outcome, and more of us focus forward on what we want to receive versus what we currently experience, the faster we can all move through this. The next thing we can try is to really recognize where we are putting our attention and remember the life truth. If you aren't challenged, then you won't change. A hard life truth that so many of us have to learn the hard way is that challenging things make us stronger, and we also get smarter through change. All change will require growth, so the more challenges we face, both in your own life individually, but more importantly on a global collective level, the more massive change we can assure is happening. Humanity is going through a massive transformation right now. Not just humanity, but planet Earth, all systems, everything we're looking at is going through what we can consider an upgrade. And just like when you reboot your phone or you reboot some technology, it has to almost shut down and kind of reorganize itself. And then it comes out stronger, faster, and smarter. It's exactly what we're going through. So have faith. When we have faith in our heart and trust the unknown, things will become easier because we know that everything's happening for us. It's not happening to us, and we start to see the profound transformation that is going on. So trust the process and stay in your heart with love. We can also reclaim our power. We can rise up in our own internal self with power that we have within us right now. So many of us are waiting for happiness to come in some form of a fix, a news release, a new politician, a new mandate, a new something to take us out of our current misery. But this waiting on the world to change is keeping us in a perpetual cycle and loop of misalignment and mistrust. If we stop waiting for a hero and realize we are the power and we have what we need within ourselves, we can change the entire narrative. So choose your path with love and claim your power. And the final thing we can all do together to tap into more joy and collectively move forward in harmony is to embrace it all with love. I encourage you to look for the joy, the humor, and excitement among the sadness and chaos. There seems to be a lot of conflicting feelings, but we forget that this is part of being human. Thinking it needs to look one way or needs to feel different than how we're actually experiencing it is causing more turmoil. So if we recognize that what is happening, and instead of attaching ourselves to it, we can start to embrace it. We can shine our light on it. We can look at the darkness and instead infuse it with light. All darkness within ourselves and out in the world is collectively being seen because of the light we are shining. The light you shine and move forward with is the love in your heart. And when we choose love, we move through everything with more grace and ease. You can be happy one moment and sad the next. You can have a lot of energy and want to help others or create projects or write your book, and then the very next you're just exhausted. This is part of being on Earth right now. It's an energetic roller coaster. Instead of beating yourself up for the emotions you're feeling, just be with them, allow them, feel them, release them. And let go of needing it to look a certain way and embrace the journey, because we're all in this journey together. And when you tap into each moment with more love, more compassion, and a commitment to joy, we start to see how incredibly profound this time is.